Hello everyone, welcome to the class with Sister Josephine. I am going to deal with class 5 English 2 poem 1 A Laughing Song written by William Blake. Here is the author William Blake and this is his poem. It is a poem attributed to the nature. Let's know something about the author. William Blake was born on 28 November 1957 in Soho, London, United Kingdom. He was an English poet, painter, and printmaker. He hardly gained any recognition during his lifetime. He is now considered to be one of the most important writers in English. His artworks are The Ancient Days, The Ghost of a Flea, Newton. His famous poems are The Tiger, London, The Lamb, A Poison Tree, etc. He died on 12th August 1827. Before we go to the poem, let's know what message do we get from this poem. This poem is an invitation to all to join with the nature and to sing and laugh. When the whole world around us, including the woods and the hills, is laughing and being merry, there is only one thing for us to do, and that is to join in and laugh together in chorus. The poem with its tone of joy and merriment is meant to pass on the laughing song. This nature poem tells us to be happy, laugh and enjoy our life. It is a poem of love for nature. So, dear students, in simple words, these are some of the messages that we get from this poem. Let's go to the poem in details. Here we go with the first paragraph, A Laughing Song. When the green woods laugh with the voice of joy, and the dimpling stream runs laughing by, when the air does laugh with our merry wit, and the green hill laughs with the noise of it. Now, let's see what does it mean. When the green woods laugh with the voice of joy. Here, the poet is using the term called personification, which means the poet is using the characters of the human beings to a non-living thing. Here we see laugh. Laughing is the character of human beings. But here the poet is attributing this character to the non-living things, that is the green woods. So this term, when the poet uses the characters of a living being to the non-living beings, is called personification. We know that green woods don't laugh, but here the poet uses this term in order to show the personification in even here or in the coming part. So let us see now. When the green woods laugh with the voice of joy, he is telling that in the green woods laugh with the voice of joy because they are happy and they laugh with the voice of joy. And the dimpling stream runs laughing by. Here the streams with its bends and flow, when it runs there is white waves that comes up, and he says that is their dimple, as when we smile we get dimple on our cheeks. The same way he tells the dimpling stream runs laughing by. When the air does laugh with our merry wit, not only the wood, not only the stream, even the air laugh with our merry wit. Our merry wit means with lots of fun and happiness, enjoyment. And the green hill laughs with the noise of it. When the green woods are laughing, when the stream is laughing, when the air is in its full swing of fun and enjoyment, even the green hills laugh with the noise of it. This is the first paragraph. Let's go to the second paragraph. When the meadows laugh with the lively green, and the grasshopper laughs in the merry scene. Now, the meadow means a place, a grassland full of green and green trees. Now, even this green meadows laugh with the lively green because it is full of green with a beautiful nature. And grasshopper laughs in the merry scene. When everything is green and good and pleasant around, the grasshopper is very happy, and also it laughs in that merry scene. When Mary and Susan and Emily with their sweet round mouths sing ha ha he, means not only the grasshopper, not only the woods, not only the streams, But even Mary, Susan, and Emily here, these are the names of some of the children who also join with the nature to laugh. How? With their sweet round mouths sing. They sing with their sweet round mouths. How do they sing? Ha ha he, which also means that they are laughing and singing. This is the second paragraph. Let's go to the third paragraph. When the painted birds laugh in the shade, when our table with cherries and nuts is spread. Now here in the beginning part we also saw that William Blake also was a painter. So he says even the painted birds which are hanged on the wall laugh in the shade where our table with cherries and nuts is spread. When we spread cherries and nuts on the table, even the birds on the painting also will laugh because they are happy by looking at the cherries and the nuts. Now, come live and be merry and join with me to sing the sweet chorus of ha ha he. Now, not only these animals and the birds and the others, now the poet is inviting us. Come live and be merry. Come with me, join with me and be merry, be happy and join with me for what? To sing the sweet chorus. Chorus means singing along together. To sing the sweet chorus of ha ha he, which means to sing the chorus of ha ha he and be happy, make funny, laugh and do everything. So this is the simple poem which means us that we should be happy and also we should love the nature. When the nature is happy and spreading lots of fun and enjoyment, we also should join with the nature, with the trees, with the birds, with the grasshoppers, with the animals, with the hills, with the grassland and with the running streams and make merry and be happy. That's all. Here is some homework for you from this poem. Find the meanings of these particular words. Dimpling, our merry wit, chorus, grasshopper, meadows, spread. In the next class, we shall see the questions and answers for this poem. Stay healthy and learn easily. Till then, thank you.